Time now for Stugotz's weekend observations.
It is time for Stugotz to share his game notes. No one in the media will tell you what happened better than my boy Stu.
Weekend observations brought to you by Vivid Seats. Download the Vivid Seats app and enter promo code ESPN25 at checkout to get 10% off your next order. Don't buy just any seat. Get a Vivid seat. Dan, shorts and tees, 40 times, high jumps and hand size. Dan, the NFL Combine is back. You watch it?
No, Stugotz.
Oh, okay. It's on prime time. How about that? A little Combine. You really haven't tempted fate until you've flown Frontier Airlines. I mean, must have been a shock to Dan when he realized the Wilder Fury fight wasn't going to start at 9 p.m. sharp. Dan, I was in Chapel Hill, North Carolina over the weekend, and of course, you know what that means.
I don't know what
It
that
means I was in God's country, Dan. Frontier Airlines, where any flight can be your personal final frontier. Nothing says frontier like no internet access. Got to do what you got to do to get back from Carolina, man. God's country. For those of you thinking that the Maryland women's lacrosse team won't make the Final Four after losing back-to-back games for the first time since 2006, don't do it. I care about you. All 12 of you. Walker to Phillips. Can't stop them. Can only hope to contain them. The executive committee of the NFLPA voting 6-5 against the deal that they negotiated. Executive committee. The Stugotz is strong in you. Jerry Jones dropping a COB while not moving his lips. Collision course. Kevin Gilbride's face really does say it all. Watch the USA-Russia Olympic hockey game over the weekend. Gotta be honest, Dan, the Russians weren't that good. The Ruskies, a little overrated. This Miracle on Ice. I feel terrible saying that.
No, you don't.
I don't. Trey Wingo, over the weekend, posting a picture that suggested a bear was at his back door, and that picture being from someone else's house from 2017. Trey, the Stugotz is strong in you. Hal, by the way, can't believe Chris Felica scared someone like that back in 2017. Baylor was not the only bear to not show up over the weekend. According to Trey, Fury Wilder 3 would be unbearable. Max Kellerman saying he honestly understood why Wilder's corner stopped the fight, and in the next breath suggesting Wilder's corner should have taken the risk of Wilder dying in the ring. Seriously, Max, the Skip Bayless is strong in you. Chad Johnson having to hold Mike Tyson back from killing Chad's cameraman. Dan, the heavyweight division is back. Also, good to see all that marijuana is having a positive impact on Mike Tyson. Blues, Flyers, Lord Stanley, Collision Course, Death, Taxes, me, always laughing at Liberty Bibberty. Went to Pro Football Talk for my weekly Sunday visit, and 4 of the first 5 headlines were something crazy Jim Irsay had said. You know how baseball players get randomly drug tested after having a good game? Same thing should happen to Jim Irsay when he spends an entire weekend talking. Mike Fiers was greeted with cheers before his first spring training start. let's recap what Mike Fiers actually did. Partook in the sign stealing, benefited and prospered from the sign stealing, has a World Series ring in part because of the sign stealing, only put a stop to the sign stealing after the sign stealing stopped helping him and actually hurt him. This is all very confusing. The Bucks are 48-8. That's all I got. 24 of 36, 306 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, 4 carries, 34 yards, another touchdown, great presence, amazing personality. Dan, you know what PJ Walker has? He has the it factor, Dan. Very good. And by it factor, I mean the advantage of having June Jones in his helmet until the ball is snapped. 8 catches, 194 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Dan, you know what roughneck wide receiver C. Phillips has in his future?
No.
Sundays, Dan. Just Sundays. That's what he has in his future.
C. Phillips.
I don't know his first name. I don't know any of these guys first. I don't know when they get to the Sundays. NFL, I'll know his first name.
You'll know his name.
Right, for right now, he's C. Phillips. Run the ball. Stop the run. That is Battle Hawk football. Am I right, Mike?
Favorites in the East, no doubt.
I know 4 p.m. isn't typically sleepy time, but when your kids complain they are going to bed so early, kindly explain to them that the Roughnecks and Renegades are playing, and that's no game for a child's eyes. Matt McGloin is awful in any league. This isn't your dad's heavyweight champ named Tyson. Last week, the Lions announced they might take Tua with the 3rd pick in the NFL draft. Over the weekend, they announced they are open to trading the 3rd overall pick. Dan, you know what season it is? It's lying season. And of course, you can't spell lying without the L-I-O-N. Kansas is number 1 in college hoops. Great. When someone has some time, please explain to me how Bill Self still has a job. Though, it's only the 2nd worst cover-up for Bill Self. The worst one presently rests on his scalp.
There you go.
I mean, what the hell is that thing? Speaking of hell, Art Browse. Dan, those are the weekend observations.
I thought you were actually going to go there, Trey Wingo, and calling him Hal. I thought that was going to be your transition into
Send these to you.
into Art Briles. We talk about NFL greed
Everyone's very upset.
next.
Pay that man his money.
I know, Mike. He's good. He's good. LeBatard, man.
You know what he has?
It factor. Yeah.